President of the ECOWAS Commission, Omar Toure, Under Secretary General of the United Nations, Office of the Counter-Terrorism, Valmin Volcano, Chair of the Nigerian Governors Forum, here present, Minister of and Government Representative here present, the host security efforts of Nigeria, the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuru Ibadu. Well done for your coordination. Members of the Diplomatic Corps and head of international organizations, esteemed delegates, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with deep respect and appreciation for your commitment to ending this threat to the peace and well-being of our continent and its people, I thank you for honoring our invitation to participate in this high-level counter-terrorism meeting. In joining us today, you have demonstrated your understanding of the urgency of the current situation and the priority it must be given above all matters. Again, I thank you for your valuable presence and your contributions to fighting the scourge of terrorism. Terrorism snaps at the very fabric of the tranquil, prosperous, and just society we seek to build for ourselves and our children. Terror cannot coexist in the same space as democracy and good governance. Just as darkness and light cannot endure in the same room at the same time. This violent threat seeks to frighten the farmer from his fields, children from their schools, women from the marketplace, and families from their very homes. It wants the city dwellers to cower and businesses to close. It craves despotism and suppression, not democracy and enlightened society. Its goal is to cause such an havoc that we doubt our democratic principles, putting societies and government into such confusion and disarray that we begin to fight among ourselves instead of fighting the very thing that seeks our destruction. Already, terrorism has taken too many lives and delayed our better future for too long. While terrorism troubles us greatly at the moment, we do well by remembering terrorism is not of Africa. We must tell this imported evil that wants to bend and break us, that it shall not succeed. Instead of making us bow, we shall banish it. Let us resolve here. And how do we banish it? Terrorism's arm is felt far and wide for very reason that there's no respect for national boundaries, ethnic, bloodless, or religious creed. We must therefore fight this threat together, combining determined national effort with well-tailored regional and international collaboration. The fight against terrorism requires a comprehensive approach. We must address the root cause of extremism, such as poverty, marginalization, and social injustice. However, this important fact should not become empty rhetoric, devoid of meaning or action. While we seek to address the root cause of terrorism, we must also attack the root that feeds this evil branch. Evolving from the tactics of yesterday, terrorism is becoming a greater threat as it perfects ways to continuously finance itself, recoup, resupply itself for its sinister mission. Not only does it kidnap people, it kidnaps precious resources, billions of dollars that legitimate governments should be using to sculpt better society by providing education, healthcare, and food for its people, now go to pay for weapons and mayhem. Look at illegal mining that plagues so many of our nations today. Those who think illegal mining has no connection with the financing of terrorism are surely mistaken. The international community has both the moral and legal obligation to help in this cause because it is outside money, not African money, that fuels the illegal operations. We shall be knocking on this door of the international community to answer the call for justice, peace, and fair play. Key to our collective efforts against terrorism is the need for a fully operational regional counter-terrorism center. This center will serve as a hub for intelligence sharing, operational coordination, and capacity building throughout our region. Additionally, we must strengthen existing counter-terrorism structures, such as the Regional Intelligence Fusion Unit, RIFU, Abuja, the African Center for Study and Research on Terrorism, and in Algiers, and the Committee of Intelligence and Security Services of Africa in Addis Ababa. All of these bodies must work hard together to continue constantly to change a problem. A regional standby force that includes tackling terrorism as part of its mandate must not be abandoned. I am mindful of the funding, legal and logistical complexities that face the proper establishment of such a force. However, with a prudent and clearly defined mandate that accords with the international law and respects national sovereignty, such a force must serve as a rapid deployment mechanism capable of swiftly responding to major threats and bolstering the security of our region. Such a force can stand as a strong deterrent to large-scale and protracted terrorist operations and the capture, occupation, and disruption of strategic land resources. we must continue to make careful yet meaningful progress towards this goal. Establishing an all-inclusive African Union Ministerial Committee on Counter-Terrorism is also a high priority as envisaged in the declaration of the 16th Extraordinary Summit of the African Union, Assembly of 2 years ago. That's May 2022. This will ensure that a forum of high-level government officials meet regularly to assess our counter-terrorism effort and provide guidance on how to improve. For its part, Nigeria remains firmly committed to fighting terrorism and violent extremism. They are our most urgent national security threat. Our counter-terrorism capabilities have been enhanced through enactment of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act, establishing the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC. We have and will continue to take bold steps in safeguarding our nation and the wider region. Dedicated to coordinating and implementing counterterrorism strategies, the NCTC significantly enhances our capacity to detect, prevent, and respond to terrorist threats. The center has become a platform fostering greater collaboration amongst stakeholders and promoting synergy in our approach to fighting terrorism. Similarly, our security forces continue to demonstrate great courage, dedication, and bravery in fighting against terrorism. I salute them. Often at great personal risk, I am grateful to the selfless work and sacrifice of these patriotic men and women. They are the best of the best. I must also mention the ongoing need to halt the proliferation of small arms and light weapons on this continent. No one state can solve this problem for itself. It requires continuous and concerted action by all of us. We need to reposition our regional organizations and build the capacity of our national institutions to effectively address this element of terrorism and violent extremism. Nigeria is committed to working with our regional partners to strengthen our arms control measures, enhance border security, and disrupt the illicit trafficking network that fuel terrorism and organized crimes. In closing, let me say that we must make the meeting historic and productive. We must show our respective populations that we, as leaders, we must do more than speak nice words. We must live here with real results. As leaders, let us show our people that their safety and welfare is paramount. May this conference be succinct and to the point. Let us keep rhetoric to a minimum. Let us be focused and dedicated to pinpointing and embarking on the meaningful and strong action needed to win the day and free our continent of violent extremists. May we do everything that is required of us to defeat this challenge so that 5, 10, or 20 years from now, it is historians who will be meeting to discuss how today became a major turning point in the African continent's defeat of the terrorist scourge. Once again, I thank you for honoring our invitation and urge you to work hard to also enjoy the hospitality and the beauty of Abuja, our capital city. May God bless our endeavors here today. Thank you very much for listening.